The other thing is that we again anticipate is investors potentially looking at more affordable areas of the UK, which has happened actually already this year before the budgets even came out. But just to give you an example and put some figures on this, so someone purchasing a £300,000 property will now pay £17,500 in stamp duty, as opposed to a property worth £150,000 where they would pay £7,500. So that's a 10k difference in stamp duty. Whereas if you look at it from an investment point of view and rents, in a lot of places, if you buy in the right secondary sort of locations, there is not that big a difference.
Not at all. Not at all. You look at the scheme we've launched in Doncaster, a one bed, 125, 130. That will command 800. You might be very lucky and get 850.
Yeah.
And yet, some of the developments we've looked at, or property in Manchester, for instance, at 300, might achieve £1,000, 1150. So you look at the correlation. You're far better off putting that 150 into two properties at 150 as opposed to 300, because you could be talking £1,600, £1,700 worth of rent per month.
Yeah, 100%.
Very much so.
Yeah, no, that's it. And the other thing as well is, people, we do get used to tax hikes. 5% stamp duty right now feels quite a lot because we've been used to 3%, but as a country it's still quite low. I mean, you look at the likes of Singapore is at 64%. I think Hong Kong's very high as well.
Very close to that.
Yeah.
It goes to, there is no more land in Hong Kong or Singapore.
Yeah.
It's very restrictive.
Yeah.
So they've got those very high rates.
Yeah.
But again, I think you've mentioned that, Mike. But you look at interest rates, and you mentioned earlier I've been in the industry 40 years. I can remember 15% for an interest rate on a mortgage.
Yeah.
So when we talk of 5 or 6%, it's
It's
what it has been,
Yeah.
it is still higher than it was in 2009 through to a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But in comparison to what it has been, it's still relatively cheap.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is just a tax, like I say. It doesn't mean it will last forever.
No.
There will be new governments, there'll be new policies that come forward at some point as well. And